Hello everybody, welcome back to Big Teddy ASMR. I am Caleb, also known as Big Teddy. Tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of some reading. I got a new book. I talked a little bit about this book in my last video. This text by S.E. Hinton. S.E. Hinton's one of my favorite authors. The Outsiders, I love that book. I love the movie. And I saw a copy of this sitting on a shelf at school. Saw the name S.E. Hinton on it, looked it up, read the synopsis, and decided, hey, I've got to have a copy of that for my collection. And I actually found this almost perfect condition, 1997 second edition hardcover copy. So I picked it up to add to my book collection, and I figured I'd just read the first couple of pages for you guys. If I read these first, 5-6 pages or however many, and you guys decide that you like it, maybe I will continue it as a series. Just a quick update, the Lucas Gray Bounty Hunter series, I'm finishing up the last entry for that, so if any of you guys are really following that, I'll be finishing that up soon. I think it's going to kind of have a twist ending that you guys might like, or you might hate me for it, but it's my story that I'm writing, so I can do whatever I want with it. So yeah, it's late for me, so let's get this done. I need some sleep. Alright. Here we go. Chapter 1. There ain't no bear in that bush, I said. Negrito's ears were pricked so far forward, they almost touched, and he was picking up his feet like he was walking on eggshells. You've never even seen a bear, you dumb horse, I told him, keeping a strong leg on him. You don't even know what one looks like. Negrito blew through his nose, rolling one eye toward the bush. I laughed. Negrito had a good imagination. A sudden gust of wind rustled the bush, and Negrito gave a snort and a huge sideways leap and tried to take off. I kept him back long enough to let him know that it was my idea to gallop. Then we went. The drumming of his hooves was better than music. There's a ditch coming up, man, I said. I could tell by the way he was holding his head up that he saw it. Do you want to jump it or not? I felt him weave a little, so I leaned back and pushed, tightening my leg. Sure you do. We soared over the ditch. We soared over the ditch without breaking stride. But once we landed, he bobbed his head and bucked a little. Boy, that was fun. You're a great jumper, a really great jumper, I said, slapping his neck with the reins. Next year, we make the Olympics. Then, worried that I sounded too sarcastic, I added, for a cow horse, you're a really good jumper. We loped on. This was the first day I could really feel fall coming on, not so much because it was chilly, but because there was a slant to the sunlight, and a smell in the air that meant fall. Pop ought to be coming home pretty soon. Shoot, there were lots of rodeos going on. Lots of places he could be all summer, but fall would be a really good time for him to come home. Negrito jumped sideways and started bucking again. Geez, it's a rabbit, for Pete's sake. Don't you know a rabbit when you see one? Negrito shook his head. I got him collected till he was bunched up like a coiled spring, and his canter felt like a rocking chair. He was just playing around. He was a pretty brave horse, actually. Fall always made him feel good. Besides that, I hadn't ridden him for a while. My best friend, Johnny Collins, got a motorcycle for his birthday a month ago, and I'd been spending a lot of time dirt biking with him. I slowed Negrito down to a walk to cool him off. I'm sorry, guys. I stutter really bad through words, so sorry about that. I should have given a forewarning. I had to get back and change clothes before I went to school, and I couldn't leave him hot. He kept breaking into a jog trot. Full mornings he could go forever. I've been wasting a lot of time with that cycle, I said while I was unsaddling him. But it was new and everything, and Johnny kept persisting me to go with him. But we'll go out for rides more. Negrito turned and nipped at me. Sometimes he meant it, but mostly he'd just catch my sleeve or my jacket. I slipped the bridle over his ears. He almost knocked me down trying to scratch his head on my arm. The bit always made his mouth itch. See you later. I swung over the fence, and Negrito stood there waiting. Okay. I pulled the last piece of carrot out of my pocket and gave it to him. Then I just walked off because I never could convince him that I didn't have any more carrots. Across the paddock, my brother Mason's horse, Red, stood swishing flies, looking bored out of his mind. Mason had never treated him like a person, so Red had never acted like one. Mason was a pretty good rider, though. Not as good as me, even Pop admitted that. A couple of years ago, when me and Mason did junior rodeos a lot, I always won more. I barely had time to change my clothes before Johnny drove up on his cycle. It was a lot better way to get to school than on the bus. Mason always left early for school, so I hardly ever had time to catch a ride with him. I hopped on the cycle. Riding double was against the law since neither of us was 16. But, that was kind of a dumb law. I don't go around trying to break laws, but I couldn't get real worried about that one. It was one of those long days at school when it was over, I met Johnny. Straight home today, I told him. Come on, Tex. I was going to go on the gravel pits today. No way, man. This is a perfect day for horse riding. Listen, man, I'll let you drive, Johnny said, trying to bribe me. Nope. Well, hang on. Johnny did a wheelie leaving the school grounds, and the principal saw him do it. I knew we'd both get sent to the office tomorrow. I got sent to the office quite a bit, even more than Johnny. You can't do a wheelie on a horse, Johnny shouted over the engine. That's true, I yelled back. He was right there. You can teach a horse to rear up, but that is the worst dumb trick you can teach a horse. Lord knows enough of them come up with it on their own. One quick way to get killed is having a rearing horse come down backward on top of you. Hang on, I'm gonna jump the ditch, Johnny shouted. I tightened my grip on his belt. The cycle flew through the air, bounded, skidded, and slid to a sideways stop in front of our house. I swung off the back end. Thanks for the ride. Johnny took off his helmet to wipe the sweat off his freckles. Everybody else in his family was either real dark like their mother or real blonde like their father. And there Johnny sat, flame-haired as a matchstick. He always said he was a throwback. A throwback is like when you breed a chestnut to a black and get an albino colt like its great-grandfather. I read a book once where that happened. All the Collinses had dark blue eyes, though. It was their trademark. You sure you don't want to go to the pits with me? Not today. All I want to hear on a day like this is hoofbeats. Negrito is going to love a good run. Now, just who is your best friend, me or that horse? I looked at him for a minute, thinking about it. Well, let me see. I've known you both about the same amount of time. Johnny belted me in the stomach with his helmet. Hey, he said suddenly, what's Mason doing home? I looked at our beat-up pickup sitting in the driveway. Huh. Maybe he decided not to practice today. It's a little while till the basketball season's really going anyway. But him and Bob were meeting every afternoon to shoot baskets. He's probably out jogging. Mace ain't making any move that doesn't have basketball behind it. Shoot, said Johnny. If I could get the city paper to come out and take pictures of me, I might give up this machine to jog myself. Wouldn't do you any good. The coaches won't take midgets. Johnny rapped me with his helmet again, but he wasn't mad. If he minded about being short, I wouldn't tease him about it, but nothing much bothered Johnny. I'm the same way. Okay, guys, that is all I'm gonna read for tonight. Just a short 10-minute video. I'm sorry for stumbling through some words. I do that a lot. just part of my ADHD and partly I'm tired. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Or if you're not new to the channel, but you know, you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I've been trying to grow my channel. I originally started this as kind of like a joke, or you know, thinking it wouldn't mean much to me. But having grown to the amount of subscribers that I have in such a short amount of time, you know, I want to make something of it. I want to put quality content out there for you guys. And like I said, I've got some stuff in the works. So yeah, peace out. I hope if you're watching this at night, you're able to relax, maybe get to sleep, and have a good night.